Hi, I'm Yuvila McCoy, and I'm the CEO of Dimensions Educational Consulting. I am a diversity and equity practitioner. I am a lifelong yeshiva student, and I'm the proud parent of exceptional yeshiva graduates. We are here today to discuss what we all can do as educators and partners to center race and ethnicity in conversations about teaching and learning and embedding an inclusive culture in Jewish day schools. As a young girl in yeshiva, I started my days with a very special phrase, Da lifnei mi ata omed. This meant simply, know before whom you stand. This principle was taught to us from very early on. I believe I was in third grade when I first saw this phrase. And what it taught me then and what it can teach us in this conference today is to take seriously who are we standing before when we teach as teachers? Who do we mean to engage with the power to educate? Who are our students standing among as classmates, and how can they best be impacted by each other's journeys by naming race, culture, and identity as important? In my own life, the idea of race, culture, and identity is never far from our family's educational story. Just very recently, my daughter was engaging a classroom curriculum around Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. And with the best of intentions, her teacher was teaching all of the students in the classroom to think about the other, to think about the idea of another story, to walk in another person's shoes. She brought this teaching to a classroom where my daughter was the only black student in the class. And unwittingly, every time she would teach the students to understand the other story, didn't consider that when she said we are going to understand the other in the context of race, that she was creating an equal sign between we and whiteness and my daughter and otherness. As they learn to explore that race is a variable that's held across two different entry points, she also was able to engage the class, with my help, in discussing the idea that in Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, there is the story of the white people understanding and engaging segregation, just as much as there is a story of the people of color engaging and being targeted by segregation. And when both of those stories come together as our common U.S. history, that is a deeper lesson that helps our students to be better prepared for choices that they have to make today. There are 4 levels to our work that I teach as a diversity practitioner. There's work we can do on personal levels. And this is the work of simply understanding who we mean and taking seriously who we mean when we say we. Thinking about what we want to teach about the impact of saying and using we in a way that is not inclusive. On interpersonal levels, we have work to do to teach our students language to engage each other, to make sure that interpersonally they understand the impact of our stories, of being able to speak across our stories and not create monocultural environments where only one story is being told, and to stand up for that as a part of what they want to be their most powerful experience in education. On systemic levels, we have decisions to make in education around policy. Who gets to make decisions? Who is around the table when we say board? Who is attracted to our work when we say lay leadership? If the largest constitution of our leadership and decision makers are white, how can we arrive at multicultural outcomes without the necessary information of how to hold stories around race, ethnicity, and culture? Culture is a very interesting thing. It's small ways that grind exceedingly small that tell us in one way or another who's in and who's out, what's beautiful and what's not, what's the right way of being and what's the not right way of being. How do cultures permeate our Jewish educational environments and create inclusion subtly, but in really deep and meaningful ways that help people to know that either that they are already at home or that they have to do work to actually be included, to actually make a place that they should be coming for education, a place where people have to work hard to be with one another. We don't want our students working hard. We want our students coming in with joy, and we want them every day to feel like the journey of Jewish education is one that will carry them into a bright and brilliant future. This is our work to make that possible, and I'm so grateful that you're coming to have that conversation today. Thank you.